Welcome back to the channel. We're taking a look at a Kansept knife that just recently dropped. This is the Kansept Model 6. This one here has the 80s camo carbon fiber. Both sides, I do think that this side looks a lot better than this side, but they all vary. Each one is basically one of a kind, just with the different pattern. You're not going to get any that are the same. So each piece is unique. This has a access style lock or pivot style lock, clutch lock. I'm not sure what Kansept is calling it these days, but you get the idea. It's got the Omega springs. Beautiful knife here. We have a nice back spacer with a huge lanyard slot on it, so that won't be any problem getting a lanyard through there. It does have a reversible tip up right and left side clip, which is great. Titanium clip. Got some nice, unique kind of thumb studs for deployment here. I do find that it reverse flicks easier than thumb flicking. For thumb flicking, I have to get my thumb right down on the bottom here to flick it. You can just fling it out to the side, but for thumb flicking, I just kind of use it like a thumb stud and go straight up. But reverse flicking, those thumb studs actually work very, very well. We got T8 pivot screw here, T8 body screws, which I think is fantastic. We do have T6 clip screws, so not a big deal. It's just a clip. Here it is I believe this is S35VN. Yes, it is flat ground S35VN, kind of like a modified sheepfoot style blade, flat ground, stone wash finish on that blade there. Good action. I do like the action on all of these Omega spring style knives. It makes them very, very fidgety, very easy to deploy and close. That's what I really like about these. And the 80s camo carbon fiber on this variant is very, very beautiful. Let me get you a real quick view. I'm going to turn off this light here. I do have another light on, but you'll be able to see the reaction on that knife there. That's the one side that I like better. This side here just has a whole lot of orange and a little green and a little blue going on. So these UV reactive are very, very nice. Here you can see down on the bottom, we got some UV reactions for all these knives there. So very, very cool. I like the UV reaction. Let's get this light back on. There you go. Now on the box, Kansept Model 6, size 3.1 inches. The designer here, Nick Swan Knives here. Yeah, Nick Swan Knives. Stonewashed CPM S35VN, 80s carbon fiber. Typical Kansept box. You get your little plant pamphlet with your microfiber cloth. Comes with an extra set of Omega springs, which I think is fantastic. And you got your little pouch with your plastic that the knife comes in. So I think it's great that they gave you some extra Omega springs. It would have been nice to see some extra hardware as well. But the fact you get those Omega springs is great. So let's get a measurement of this new Model 6. This is supposed to be, I guess they're calling it kind of like a left-hander's knife, but it's just basically ambidextrous. You could use it right and left because of the lock style and because the clip is reversible. I did forget to mention before we do the measurements, we have very good ergonomics. You got your jimping on the spine right where you want. It fits really good in the hand. It is very comfortable. You don't really notice the clip in your hand very much at all, which I think is great. Does have a very good sharpening choil as well. So there we go. Now the measurement of the Model 6, we're looking at 7.5 inches overall. Blades meeting up with the scales at 3.25 inches. The cutting edge of the knife here is, about 3 3.125 here. So 3.10, 3.10, 3.125 inches is what it looks like here. The weight of the Model 6. Let's guesstimate this, guys. I'm going to say 3.3, 3.5 ounces. Okay, yeah, 3.9. I would have been way off at 3 ounces. So 3.9 ounces, 110.5 grams for the weight. There we go. Now let's get some size comparisons really quickly up against some knives that everybody knows already. Where is it? Well, I guess we'll do this because I can't find it. This is the Kansept Thoth, and this is 80s camo carbon fiber, titanium. This is a hollow ground 20 CV blade here. I think this is an awesome, awesome knife. There we go for that. And I'll find the other knives here in a second. They're right next to me. I just got to find them. We have the Kansept Deadite. This is limited run 80s camo carbon titanium bolsters. Awesome, awesome knife here, guys. I really enjoy this knife a ton. And I'll show you the UV reaction on all these guys. Now this one here is a Kaiser. This is the Kaiser Mini Momo titanium bolsters, 80s camo carbon fiber. Very awesome knife. This is front rolling only, even though you can actually reverse flick it as well. If you get if your fingers aren't super greasy, you can reverse flick it. So I think that's super cool about it. You just kind of use the stickiness of your skin to pull on the blade because there's no grooves or fullers or anything like that. So yeah, this one keeps wanting to pop up at me. There you go. I haven't used this one in a while, guys. DLC coated blade. That one's super, super nice. So there's the Kaiser Mini Momo. Now, next up, we do have a limited edition Blade Runners Outpost exclusive. This is the Voss Steed 80s camo carbon fiber raccoon with the Bowie or clip point style blade with the M390 DLC coating. This thing is super, super nice, guys. Awesome knife. Love that bad boy. Top liner lock. Think it's great. Well, this is why we have these on the table. Let's go ahead and get the UV reaction of all these here. Let's see what we got. So there we go. For those, look at that. I don't know if you can see it. My hand might be in the way. There you go. Anyways, you guys get the idea. If you guys have any 80s camo carbon fiber, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, fantastic. Now, I guess let's just try to find the knives I was looking for here to get size comparisons for that. Yeah, here we go. PM2, right there. They're right next to me, and I just didn't see them. Then the PM3, or Para 3, sorry about that. The Para 3 and the PM2. So there you go, guys. I have a lot of knives around me, guys. I'm starting to sell some stuff on Whatnot. So I'm surrounded by knives and knickknacks and all kinds of things that I got to get rid of. So if you guys are interested in purchasing any knives, go over and find me on Whatnot, Knife Residue. Same thing as my YouTube channel here. But all in all, I think that this new Model 6 is a very good addition to the Kansept lineup. I'm happy to see this is a dedicated clip. It's not screwed into any body screws or anything like that. I do have kind of an issue with some of the Kansept knives that have the clip utilizing the backside of a body screw. I did talk about that in my Raven video, and it was pretty annoying to say the least. It does work fine, but it's a little annoying. So I like to see dedicated clips like that, guys. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. We're going to catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.